this promo is actually kind of amazing. Let me explain. So we'll start off with the Grandmaster himself, the 109 overall Ja Morant. He's giving out a team ultra boost, which is an inside scoring one. Now this is crazy in itself because it's a +6 to team. Inside scoring, I know, isn't the best boost category in the game, but to be able to get this card and his stats are looking absolutely nuts. The one downside with him I can find is that he is at the point guard spot, which for a pay-to-win player and potentially a no money spent player would mean a little bit of a downside. But the fact that you can get him no money spent with not a huge amount of grinding is just absolutely nuts. And it's probably like one of the best no money spent promos that we've had all season. And then you look at the rest of the Masters. Now, this is where it gets a little bit questionable, admittedly. You got Jimmy Butler giving out an ultra position boost. His stats are looking pretty nice at a shooting guard. Tatum at a power forward. Karl-Anthony Towns at a center. And then Jokic is at the small forward. Now, a lot of people have slight issues with Jokic being at the small forward in terms of his stats, his size, all of that stuff. But honestly, I'm not really too fussed about that, because then it means you can put a whole team of these guys in one lineup and play with them all together. Obviously, that is from my point of view. That might be extremely biased, and I know a lot of people have other views and opinions. With most of these boosts and these players, I'm actually liking them quite a lot. Obviously, the Ultra Boost being in a full promo itself, like this one, pretty much the first time we've had this all season. We've had Ultra Boost a couple of times with the Grandmasters on the Cover Stars promo and other side promos, but we haven't had one like this where a no money spent player can get a bunch of Ultra Boost players over there, which is looking a really fun. Now, obviously, the main format itself is the finals format, but it has been tweaked very nicely, especially in the favor of a no money spent player, which makes it really accessible for a no money spent player to get all 4 of the other Masters and, of course, that 109 Ja Morant at the end of it. And it is really interesting because if you look at the store, obviously, you've got a coin pack to get some points, and it is kind of demanding on the coin front, but if you do everything else, you don't actually buy this coin pack at all, you would still be able to get through the milestones, just simply because in total you'd get up to 40,000 points, whereas the milestones only go up to 20,000. So it is giving you lots of different options of different ways you can go. You either use the player exchange set or you do the coin pack, whichever one. You don't have to do all of it every single time, because eventually you will get to the end of the milestones and that'll be that. They compensated on all of the events, giving the right amount of tokens and everything else like that. The sets are super easy to understand. You're just putting in 15 tokens to get a 101, and then you're of course putting in those 3 101s and 80 extra tokens to get yourself a 107. It's super simple, it's super easy, and it does help you get yourself that 109 Ja Morant. This is technically still a copy and paste format, but we have only had this very rarely throughout the entirety of the season. If you think about it, we had it once, I believe, in season 5. We had it once this season before this, and this is only our 3rd time of ever getting this promo, which means it's really interesting for EA to actually go ahead and change it up, tweak a few things, because we've seen so many different formats come through, be copy and paste again and again and again. Oh, then we get a tweak after about the 7th time or something, or it doesn't actually mean that it's a good tweak, or it might be a good tweak, and then we wait again and again and again, and then you basically get another tweak. Whereas we're seeing a good tweak on a promo that we've had before, but not very few times, which does make for a really fun promo, and I'd like to see EA doing more of this stuff looking forward into season 7, or maybe even towards the end of season 6. It definitely feels like we are getting towards the end of season 6 with these promos. We're throwing out more stuff here and there, we're boosting things up a bit, getting these nice boosts on these players. It would be surprising to see if we get some Masters in a future promo with just solid ultra team boost, maybe a royal boost or something. That'd be absolutely nuts. For what it's worth, this promo is really fun, and the stamina cost as well, it's not even that high. It's 1,250 stamina every single day, which is definitely manageable. Obviously, if you've got a lower stamina bar cap, it can be a little bit annoying, but it isn't too bad that you're spending ages watching adverts, getting through stamina bottles. It isn't like that at all, especially with my experience of the game, just because obviously I've got up to 600 on my stamina bar, which I do understand a couple of people are at 400, 450, all of that stuff, which does make it a little bit harder. But the fact that sometimes you could get lucky and get some extra tokens from the event makes it a little bit easier. You don't have to go ahead and play through every event if you are getting lucky. Obviously, playing through all of them guarantees yourself the safety of being able to get that Ja Morant. But even if you don't and you miss a couple of times, but you are getting lucky on some other events, that can kind of make up for that. Now, if we look at this promo in consideration with other great promos that we've had all season, I have to say this is definitely up there for me personally as being one of the best ones that we've had all season. I'm talking about terms of look back promo. We've got some other really good promos as well. Mint Condition, for example, I'd have to say this one is really up there with the best of promos. Now, obviously, I'm looking at that from a no money spent point of view, just because the amount of stuff you can get no money spent and how easy it is to get that stuff. Whereas a pay-to-win player, they might look at Ja Morant, like I said earlier, and think, I've got loads of other good point guards giving out insane boosts that I don't even need this Ja Morant, which is a little bit crazy coming from the nobody spent side, but obviously there have been so many side promos giving out insane masters with insane team boosts that you might actually not need this card at all, which I do understand, and it might have been better for the pay-to-win guys if there was a separate Grandmaster as well, or maybe you could select between Ja Morant and someone else, or maybe there was an extra 110 overall master where you had to get 6 of the 107s and you could repeatedly get 107s or something like that. Make it a bit better for those pay to win guys. But obviously I'm going from my point of view and I think this promo is amazing. But I asked you guys as usual on my community page on YouTube and of course my Discord server, the link to that will be in the description down below, as to what you guys think of the promo. And we'll start off with a comment that says it's an alright promo. Ja's stats are really insane and his boost, we can get him for free to play on the last day if you are lucky. Otherwise, it's an 8 out of 10 promo. Now, I have to say, I don't really think you have to be lucky in this promo at all. Luck helps you get the master a little bit quicker, but it doesn't help you get the master full stop, because in all the calculations that I did, you were guaranteed to get just enough tokens to get yourself the Grand Master. No matter whether you were getting extra tokens or not, you were still guaranteed to get Ja Morant, making him completely no money spent. Unless you aren't playing through all the events, you aren't getting through all the milestones, which doesn't actually cost any money or anything like that. It's just you putting in the time and getting through those events. So I'd have to say that on that part, it isn't based on luck at all. But then Ja Morant's stats, they are really good. His boost is really good, and he's judging that an 8 out of 10 promo. Another comment says the promo is asking way too much in terms of coins. It's a better promo than Hall of Fame just because of the elite boost regardless of team or positions. 8.5 out of 10. Now, again, I'm going to have to slightly disagree with this one about it asking too much of your coins. I do understand that that pack in the store costing 15k coins every single pack, that is going to put you at 150k coins a piece. But if you go through all the calculations, you don't have to buy that every single time. You can buy a couple here and there. Obviously, you are going to have to work that out for yourself as to how far you get through the milestones. But because you're getting 40,000 by doing all of the exchange sets and also buying all the stuff from the store, you don't actually have to do that. You just have to do half of that stuff to be able to get yourself through those milestones. Obviously, that's you going away and working out exactly how few packs you could buy in the store and how much you'd have to do in the exchange sets, stuff like that. That's stuff you'd have to work out, but I wouldn't say that's too much of an ask on your coins. From my point of view, obviously a lot of people have fewer coins, but then there are workarounds of not being able to do that pack as often. Maybe I'm not taking everything into consideration. That might be the case. From my viewpoint, you don't have to buy the coin pack every single time, so it's not a major strain on your coins, and you're probably getting quite a few coins just by playing through the events themselves, and maybe selling a couple of things on the auction house as well, if you can get those things to sell. Another comment gives it a perfect 10 out of 10. It's a free-to-play promo, low stamina requirements, great boost for the Master and Grandmaster, team boost in the Grandmaster, easy grind, perhaps the best promo this season. Now, I am really torn between putting it at the very, very top. Obviously, I like to think of it more as sort of tiers to these sort of promos, where you've got sort of like the bad promos, the average promos, the good promos, the great promos, and then you've got above that the amazing promos. And this definitely would be in the amazing promo category for me. Obviously, towards the end of the season, once we've got sort of like every promo that we're gonna get, I will probably go ahead and do a ranking video or a tier list video where I go through and rank each of them, because I think that would be pretty fun. I was gonna do it towards the end of last season, but I just sort of ran out of time. So I will definitely try and do that one and hopefully go through it, and you guys can share your rankings as well. Another comment says, finally another great promo with good masters. Perhaps this is marking the end of season 6. Now, we have started to get a couple of hints at season 7 on Nick's streams on Twitch. He said he was going to get some news, and hopefully that is going to come pretty soon. Maybe I get a video out on Tuesday talking about all that news. We did get the news, however, about 2K Mobile releasing season 5 of their game, Jason Tatum being the cover athlete, and it does look pretty nuts. On the NBA Live mobile front, Nick has been saying there will be some tweaks. It won't be completely the same game like we basically had from season 5 to 6. It will be slightly tweaked and slightly different. So hopefully that means we're going to get some new improvements here and there, and some good ones at that, but we'll have to wait and see exactly what those are going to be. And whenever I find any season 7 news, I will be posting a video on it, so make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of that. On the flip side, we have got a comment that says trash cards with positional boost, it's a trash promo. Now, I really have to disagree with this one, especially after I've gone through pretty much the whole of this video saying how this promo is amazing, but I don't think the cards are trash. Some of their stats are really good. Some of them aren't the best, I admit that, but the positional boosts, they are still ultra boosts, which makes them pretty good. If the position boosts were combo boosts, meaning that they were a combination of 2 different boost categories, like combo guard or space maker or court general, all of that stuff, those would be really OP boosts, but I think that would kind of work a little bit, and then your Grandmaster is a team single category boost, like we have Ja Morant, whereas the position ones were combo boosts, as it were. I think that'd be pretty good, but maybe EA are saving that up and building it up bit by bit, so the next promo we do get that. We'll have to wait and see, but I don't think this is a trash promo in any way, shape, or form. So let me know in the comment section down below what you think of this promo. Is it a perfect 5 out of 5 stars, 4 out of 5 stars, 3 out of 5 stars, or is it a little bit lower than that? Let me know in the comment section down below what you like and what you don't like with this promo, and there is still time for you to try and get yourself at least one of these 107 masters. If you want to know exactly how you can do that for free, go check out the video in the bottom left hand corner. I went through all the tips and tricks with this promo and all the calculations as to what you can get no money spent, so go check out that video and I'll see you guys in that one. Peace.